Hello friends, welcome to the open course of Christ College. Today I would like to give a small introduction about fundamental rights which are mentioned in our constitution. Now to begin with, we all know that the framers of our constitution, they were very much concerned about human rights and fundamental rights. Because of this reason, they have included so many human rights in various parts of our constitution. Now, these different human rights are scattered in different parts of our constitution. For example, we have some in our part 3 of our constitution, then some in part 4, and some other rights in other parts of the constitution. So today, I would like to focus on the part 3 of our constitution, that is called fundamental rights. Now, as I have already mentioned, the rights which are mentioned in part 3 of our constitution are known as fundamental rights, whereas there are some other rights like social rights and economic rights which are mentioned in part 4 of our constitution, and they are called directive principles of state policy. Now, in the name there is something called fundamental. And why is it called as a fundamental rights? Because the rights which are mentioned in a constitution, or the rights which are guaranteed by a written constitution, then those rights are called fundamental rights. And there is some other differences also. I mean, why fundamental rights are different from other rights? Because fundamental rights are the rights which cannot be changed by a normal legislature. For example, the rights which are mentioned in other part of the constitution, they can be changed or they can be amended by a simple legislation of the parliament. But when it comes to fundamental rights can be amended or it can be changed only by a constitutional amendment. So that is something which makes fundamental rights different from other rights, or that give some more importance to fundamental rights. Okay, then if there is any violation of fundamental rights, or if a person thinks that his fundamental rights are violated, he can directly approach Supreme Court of India, Article 32, or he can approach any High Court by Article 226 of Indian Constitution. But when it comes to other rights, he can approach courts or high courts under Article 226, but he or she cannot approach Supreme Court under Article 32. So these are the some important provisions of Indian Constitution which makes fundamental rights as the supreme rights, or which make fundamental rights some more important than other rights. Now in the coming classes, we will be discussing different fundamental rights mentioned in our constitution, starting from right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, etc. So we will be discussing right to equality in the next class. That's all for now. Thank you.